Nigel Farage, I've always thought, was a vile, racist piece of shit. So I've always presumed my opinion of him couldn't sink any lower. How wrong I was. The recent controversy over his schoolboy racism and anti Semitism didn't really affect me. I mean, he's an obnoxious adult, so it's no great surprise that he was an equally obnoxious youth. His attempts to defend himself over these accusations have been dire. I mean, yeah, telling Jewish students Hitler was right and then going, "Sss." That was the kind of playground banter that went on in every schoolyard in the country, I'm sure. But no, what's really got my goat is his most recent attempt to distract from his own past racist statements and the fact half his party are apparently in the pay of the Kremlin is this, his attack on innocent children. Yep, the children of immigrants are his latest punchbag, and now he wants to focus the fury of his ignorant, knuckle-dragging, brain-dead, racist mob of followers on Wales. Let's have a look at what he had to say.
Ever since the creation of the Scottish Parliament 25 years ago, Scotland's been run by Labour and run by the SNP. Both are completely unconcerned about immigration levels coming into the UK and coming into Scotland. Indeed, they've both been incredibly relaxed about those that come in the back of lorries or across the English Channel by boat.
Well, there's the first lie in the very opening sentences. Immigration levels and control of our borders has nothing to do with the Scottish Parliament. Immigration and border security is a reserved matter and dealt with solely by Westminster and the UK government. So, responsibility for who is coming into the country illegally in the back of lorries or in boats across the English Channel for the past 15 years is mainly down to all your Tory pals who are currently jumping like rats from the sinking Tory ship to your party. Control of immigration has absolutely nothing to do with the Scottish Parliament or the Scottish Government, so stop lying. Direct any comments you have about immigration to the people who have actually been responsible, Cameron, May and Johnston. And strangely, he then bolts on something that he obviously thinks bolsters his argument.
Glasgow offers housing and better facilities than any other city in the UK.
As a Glaswegian, I'm proud of the fact that we treat refugees with dignity and respect once they get here. But to stress the point once again, it is the responsibility of the UK government to control the number of refugees and asylum seekers entering the country, not the Scottish Government and certainly not Glasgow City Council. And now we're leading up to his main point, which is,
as a result of this, an incredible fact has come out today that nearly 1 in 3 pupils in Scottish schools only has English as a second language. Nearly 1 in 3 students do not speak English as their first language.
He's seized a report which says that 1/3 of children in Glasgow now have English as a second language. That is what we are all supposed to be outraged about. 1/3 of children in Glasgow are bilingual. Whoa, shock, horror. Farage has previously said he has felt awkward when hearing languages other than English. This, despite the fact he has told us 2 of his children speak perfect fluent German. Also, his second wife speaks both English and German, and his current long-time partner is a native French speaker, also fluent in English. So it's fine for his partners and children to be bilingual, but not anybody, it seems, whose skin might be on the darker side. He then goes on to blame bilingual children for this.
That tells you something. That tells you this is not diversity, as the left always preach. This actually is the cultural smashing of Glasgow.
No, Nigel, it's not the Waynes speaking 2 languages that caused the cultural smashing of Glasgow. As a Glaswegian, I'll tell you who smashed my city culturally, socially, and economically. Your idol, Margaret Thatcher, and her economic policies of mass unemployment, her no such thing as society creed, her disastrous policy of privatisation, her wanton destruction of wholesale industries, her attack on trade unions and workers' terms and conditions, her pandering to the greed and avarice of city spivs while the rest of us were left to rot. That's who smashed Glasgow, Nigel.
And my question is, who voted for this? Who told anybody in Scotland that this was actually happening?
Who voted for those responsible for the current situation regarding immigration? That would be the people who voted in the Tories for 14 of the last 15 years, and that would mainly be your chums in the southeast of England. It certainly wasn't Scottish voters who were responsible for Cameron, May, and Johnston, the people that have actually controlled immigration policy for 14 of the last 15 years.
And we're going to make this a really, really big issue.
So, you're going to make this a big issue, are you? Well, let's see how attacking children plays with the Scottish electorate. I suspect even some of your hardcore supporters will balk at the idea of victimising innocent children, but we know, you yourself, there's no depth you won't stoop to if you think there was a vote or a cash backhander from your billionaire pals or a couple of thousand rubles from your pal in the Kremlin.
It's totally unfair on taxpayers in Scotland, on taxpayers across the wider UK, that people like this should come into Britain.
And what does he mean? People like this? Are they somehow inhuman? Are they not just people like us? But of course, this is fascism 101. The minority has to be othered, dehumanised, and that is exactly what Farage is doing here. And I'll tell you what, Nigel, I'd rather have people like this living next door to me or living in my community than people like you and any of your supporters.
That people like this should come into Britain illegally and we should spend this amount of money on them.
Yes, Nigel, you resent the money spent on refugees, we know. But we also know you'd much rather this money actually went on tax cuts for you and your millionaire pals. The one thing we know for sure is that you wouldn't want to see any money that was saved going to the NHS because you have made it clear that you don't believe in the NHS and you want to see it privatised. As a committed, self-confessed Thatcherite, you certainly wouldn't want to see any money saved going to extra benefits or more social housing.
And just think, culturally, what it means for Glasgow and indeed in many ways for the future of Scotland.
Yes, let's do that, Nigel. Let's think about what it means culturally for my city. It means living in a vibrant, cosmopolitan city where, like your partners and children, people can speak more than one language. I'm fine with that. In fact, I'm more than fine with that, Nigel.
I'll be in Scotland on Saturday, kicking off the campaign for next May, and boy, I think we're really needed.
Well, there are many of us looking forward to seeing you on your visit, Nigel, and telling you to your face exactly what we think. You are a despicable, lying, traitorous piece of shit, and the majority of Glaswegians and Scots totally despise you and everything you stand for. So, thanks very much for watching the video. Please do support left-wing media by liking the video, by subscribing to the channel, and by commenting below. Okay, chat again soon. Bye for now.